Huge thanks to all my Computex 2018 sponsors. MSI, I use an awesome MSI motherboard in my personal rig. Fractal Design, I use the fantastic Define R6 as my personal case. And Roccat, the SQ Plus Force FX is a feature-rich RGB gaming keyboard. Check the description down below for more details. So I went out looking for some awesome rigs built in Fractal Design cases, and the first one I found was at the G-Skill booth, which was an X299 base build in the Fractal Design Define R6 Blackout Edition. It featured an Aorus X299 motherboard with an i9-7900X 10-core CPU, which is a very powerful CPU. The quad-channel G-Skill RGB memory was super eye-catching, and having no gaps looks really nice. You want to fill up all those slots. It also had a huge CPU water block, so that would keep the hot-running 7900X nice and cool. A pretty basic GPU, just a GTX 1050, so this would be more of a workstation build rather than a gaming build. The next one I found was at the Bits Power booth, which was definitely built for gaming. It was a Z370 base rig with an i7-8700K and was housed in a black Define R6. This one had full water cooling, including for the Aorus GTX 1080 Ti in it. It also had lots of RGB lighting all over and a big 360mm radiator in the front. It also had two fans on the top. An 8700K and a GTX 1080 Ti is the best gaming combination you can get right now, and it's what I personally run. It's a very good looking system, and it shows how much working room you have with the Define R6. The next one was the Stormtrooper build at the Clev booth, which was a seriously eye-catching rig. Another X299 base system with the questionable choice of an i5-7640X CPU, the good old KB Lake X, which I personally am not much of a fan of. It was built in the white Define R6 and looks absolutely awesome. Everybody was taking pictures of this. The white and black Asus GTX 1060 was vertically mounted, and it complemented the system really well. I really like the theme of it, and it's definitely one of the best systems I've seen at Computex so far. I did find another white Define R6 build at the Fractal party later on that day. This was a Z370 base build with an i5-8600K in it, and a white Galax GTX 1070 Ti, so a good gaming combination there. It also had a custom water cooling kit with a 360mm radiator in the top this time with plenty of room to spare. It also had lots of RGB lighting all over, including on the SSD, which must mean this rig is super fast. Another good looking build. This one was a more value for money orientated gaming rig, well, at least by comparison to some of the other ones. But yeah, I really liked it. And lastly, we have an AMD based build, and one that was built in the smaller Meshify C Mini, which I reviewed a while back and is a very good case. This used the small ASRock X399M motherboard with a 1950X 16-core Threadripper CPU. This one was more minimalistic looking than the other ones, with far less RGB. It also had a huge Zotac Amp Extreme GTX 1070 Ti in it, which is a beast of a GPU, but still managed to fit in the Meshify C Mini. This one would be perfect for a smaller size workstation PC or something like that. So that rounds out this video, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below which one you thought was the best looking. I'd really like to know. And if you haven't subscribed to Tech Showdown yet, you may as well do that too. I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.